Hey guys, Nish Quick here. Quick little casual discussion I wanna do. You guys think that turn-based games are dying? It is a common, I wouldn't say common, but it is a sentiment I've heard been going around. People don't like turn-based games. People don't appreciate turn-based games. Turn-based games are too long, too tedious, too slow. They're outdated. People want action games. They want snappy action games like Call of Duty and Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy 16, where you press a button and your character does the thing. You pull the trigger and your character pulls the trigger on the gun. You press the button, your character swings the sword. But what about turn-based games? Do they still have a place in video games, in the video game industry? Are they still prevalent? Do people still enjoy them? Do people still play them? Let's talk about that today. If you guys enjoy jrpgs or anything relating to Nintendo or any of that, hit the like button because that's what this video is about. It's about turn-based RPGs, mostly from Japan, and subscribe because those are the kinds of videos that I make, and if you like this video, I'm sure you'll like my other content, so check out my channel and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content like this. Alright, let's talk about turn-based games because I've been recently thinking about this because I've been playing Shin Megami Tensei 5. I'm trying to stream it some more on this channel as well, so if you guys want to see more of me failing and dying so miserably at Shin Megami Tensei 5, check out my streams, but I've been loving this game. The reason I am loving this game is because it is not your average simple turn-based game. For the better part of my life, all the turn-based games I would play were Pokemon, and I got tired and I got sick of it because Pokemon is the same thing over and over and over again. Even when I played Legends Arceus last year, I was like, it feels the same, whatever. There are gimmicks thrown in there, but it feels the same. Until about 3 years ago, I played a Persona game for the first time when I played Persona 4 Golden, and it had some newness to it. The elemental weaknesses of Pokemon were there, but it felt different, and the whole party dynamic was really nice to have because sometimes you'd switch out your party members, sometimes you'd have cool like combo attacks you could do with them. That was just awesome. I loved all that, and it was really fun to kind of get these games and play these games and see a whole new side of turn-based games that I did not know. Of course, Persona 5 Royal, played that, loved it. I'm very excited for Persona 3 Reload, and I am insanely hyped for Metaphor Re Fantazio, and that gives me hope that turn-based games are still alive and well. But back to SMT5. SMT5 requires a lot of skill and a lot of, I wouldn't say practice, but it involves a lot more skill than your average turn-based game like Pokemon or Persona, because one small mistake you make in a battle in SMT5 could cost you the entire battle. It could cost you an entire save file, and it is very unrelenting, and I love it. And I've played a lot of turn-based games in my life, and even recently I've gone back and played a few more. Like, I played a bit of Dragon Quest XI, loved it. I played a bit of the old classic Final Fantasy games, 6 and 7 particularly, and I really like them, and I really notice that a lot of turn-based games nowadays have their own unique approach to what makes them a turn-based game. Of course, SMT has the press turns, it has the high difficulty, Dragon Quest has its zaniness and its really wide variety of support attacks and support moves that different characters can use. The classic Final Fantasy games have the active time battle gauge, which is now even incorporated into the Final Fantasy VII Remake series as well. And then you have games like Octopath Traveler, Live Alive, and all these other awesome turn-based games in the modern age that not only have a very unique art style, but they bring a very unique and new way of battling in this turn-based format that has never been done before. and I really appreciate that. And a lot of people I've heard online are saying, turn-based games are boring, they're slow, they're silly, they're boring, and they are just not fun. They're outdated. When Persona 6 comes out, I want to play it, but if it's turn-based, I can't play it because it's slow and boring and silly. Well, you know what else is slow and boring and silly? That opinion. Because turn-based games are selling very well. The Persona 5 games are selling very well. Dragon Quest XI has sold very well. And even games that aren't actually very popular, like Octopath, Shin Megami Tensei, Live Alive, they're doing good. They're doing good for their series. They're not selling Zelda numbers, they're not selling Call of Duty numbers, no. But for the turn-based genre, for that niche of games, they're doing very, very well. And I'm very happy for those games. But I don't think a game should become an action game or an action RPG just so people can get into the series. I do feel like a lot of people saying, oh, what if Persona was action-based like Strikers in Persona 6? Or what if SMT did this? Or what if Project Re Fantazio was an action game instead of a turn-based game? Well, we now know that it is turn-based. A lot of that I was a little sad to hear, because I feel like turn-based games still have a very prevalent place in the video game industry. They are very strategic, they're very unique, and they're very creative. Like I just said before, there's so many different styles of turn-based games. Octopath and Dragon Quest don't feel very similar. They have different styles of gameplay, different art styles, and even Shin Megami Tensei isn't the same as any of those three. I mean, you can compare it with its turn-based gameplay, but you can't compare it with any of its actual gameplay mechanics. And then you got Persona, which throws another wrench in there. See, all these games are so unique that it keeps the turn-based RPG genre very fresh, and it's always ever evolving. It's always evolving, always changing, and I love that about it. And not to mention, there are many turn-based RPGs on the way. Of course, I just said Persona 3 Reload, super hyped for that. Metaphor Re Fantazio, super hyped for that. And recently announced we got Super Mario RPG being remade. If turn-based games are outdated, then why the heck, someone tell me, why is Super Mario RPG getting a remake? The very first turn-based Mario game is getting a remake. And of course, you have the Pokemon games. Pokemon games are always going to be selling like hotcakes. And even Dragon Quest XII. I recently read an article about Yuji Horii saying Dragon Quest XII is having a little bit of trouble because it's accommodating to an older audience. And also, I've heard interviews of Yuji Horii saying that Dragon Quest XII is going to take a different approach to its gameplay and combat. I've talked to a lot of people about this, and I really hope that it doesn't go full action. If it does something like ATB, that would be cool. If it does something like the new Star Ocean 2 remake is doing, that would be cool. Even if they do something like Final Fantasy VII Remake, that would be cool. But I think a lot of games in the modern day and age have their identity set in stone with that turn-based formula. And it is slow, it is a little bit chill and not as like fast-paced as like Kingdom Hearts or Tales of, but it's its own style. Saying turn-based games should not exist is like saying any other franchise or genre should not exist. They have a very prominent and very prevalent place in the gaming industry. I personally love turn-based games, and right now I'm having kind of a turn-based game renaissance, you know? I'm going back and playing a lot of turn-based RPGs. I'm playing SMT right now. I want to go back and try out Final Fantasy 9 and 10 as well. I'm really excited to try those games out, and I really encourage a lot of people to give turn-based RPGs a chance as well, because they're fun, they're unique. No two franchises and series or even games may be the same, and they're just timeless classics, you know? So let me know what you guys think about these games down below. If you guys have watched till the end, let me know how many times I said the word turn-based in this video. And if you enjoy videos like this, give it a like, subscribe for more content like this. This is Nish Quick signing off. Have a great day. Go play some great games today, like a turn-based RPG, like SMT5 or Dragon Quest XI. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Hey guys, this is Nish Quick. Thank you so much for watching that video, and if you enjoyed it, check out these two videos on the left, and if you aren't subscribed, why not hit that subscribe button on the way out? I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, and see you later.